What is up, guys? Speed here, and today we are back with a patch. Oh my gosh, finally! I literally had a video prepared for today. I wrote up the script, and my first line was literally going to be a joke about there never being a patch. I was like, honestly, I'm so happy that they did this. It felt like it's been forever. I guess the online tournaments are done now, so it makes sense that they get released today. But let's hop right into it. It's a pretty dang big patch. Also, from what I read on Twitter, is that hero changes will follow this. So there will be plenty of hero changes. If you aren't familiar, yes, there will be hero changes just in, I would guess, like a couple days or a week. I don't know, but that is my assumption. However, they are coming. All right, let's hop right into the patch. So many changes to go over, and let's get into it. Also, on top of that, I just want to quickly tell you about the Game Leap website and what I've been working on. So today, what I'll be doing is looking at a professional match, doing a draft analysis of that match, and then showing you how it plays out. So it's really this cool format that I've been working on as of late. I've done an, I forget the exact, I think it was OG versus Enigma. I just posted that over there as well. So you guys are going to be able to get that top tier content where I'm talking about drafts, how to know when to pick certain heroes, what item builds they go, how they progress through the laning stage, what lane swaps they make. A lot of advanced concepts that if applied in your pubs will win you free MMR. So if you guys are interested in that, go check it out. Click the link down below. You'll get a 25% discount for your first month. And I hope to see you there. So yeah, click the link down below. So hero base kill XP increased from 40 to 100. Now, also, what I want to say is hero kill last hit gold increased from 99 plus 7.2 level to 120 plus 8 level. And this is pretty big, right? This is big because basically what they're saying here is that hero kills are worth a lot more. However, assist gold is rescaled from 45 plus 0.033 net worth to 30. So obviously it's plus a little bit more, but basically this doesn't matter. All this is really saying is that assists are worth quite a bit less, right? Assists are worth less in the early game, but kills are worth a lot more. I guess the assist isn't too bad because you're getting a lot of the extra XP, but 40 to 100 is huge because I've been teaching people for a while now, don't overcommit for kills. Like, you don't need kills in the early game. They give no XP, which is true. It was literally 40. That's like the same as a creep. It's the same. But now it's 100, which is significantly more valuable. So that's a huge deal. Getting kills off spawn and winning fights at the rune is bigger than ever. So please do not suicide for the rune. Next up, passive gold income increased from 85 to 95. I guess that's a buff for everyone. Bounty runes are now reliable gold, which means if you pick them up and die, you do not lose the gold for everyone. Tower listed bounty from 180, which is flat, to 120, 140, 160, 180. So now tier 1 towers are worth less, tier 2 slightly less, and basically towers are even less important now. Which, honestly, I felt like taking towers in the first place was near impossible. Now, I guess I would put even a less of a priority, simply based upon this change. Neutral stack support bounty increased from 35% to 40. I remember when it was first introduced, it was like 15 or 20%. Now it's 40. Stacking camps is valuable. I think Valve has consistently been trying to tell pub players, stack camps. It gives you neutral items, and it gives you a heck of a lot of gold. If you're a support player, you now have extra passive income, and you can make stacks for 40% gold. Please do these things and you will get very farmed every game. Mid lane creep camps changed from medium to small. What? I don't know how I feel about that. Remove the Prowler camp as well. That's the weird ancient one. But basically, this mid lane creep camps, I guess it's easier to kill them earlier on. It's better for neutral items, but like, other than that, that's weird. It benefits certain heroes that can't jungle as fast, I suppose? Bizarre though. Nonetheless, remove the Prowler camp. That's the weird ancient. Alright, that hurts heroes like SF and Storm and Lina that could kill it really easily, but it's better for certain right-click heroes, like right-click farmers, such as the PLs and the Nagas, who barely could kill them. Adjusted the low-ground tree layout. Alright, I'm not going to do the tree stuff. Remove the tree. I don't care. Change the camp of the right, the Radiant Secret Shop from medium to hard camp. Change the camp to the right of the Radiant Secret Shop. Don't worry, tomorrow, guys, if you're curious about all these changes, well, you might see it on the screen here today. If you don't, and the time doesn't come for that, I'll make a full video on the map changes at some point. You know, everything you need to understand about the map, how to play it, probably tomorrow. So, swap the hard camp to right or Radiant tier top. Okay, no. Reduce the size of the Radiant Safe Lane hard camp spawn box. So I guess what this means, in my opinion, is that it's easier to deward it now. Right? It's very, very easy to deward this camp if the box is so small. So, weird, for sure. Maybe it also makes it easier to stack because they're smaller. It's a smaller box. I don't know. Weird. Radiant Safe Lane small camp spawn box increased. Okay. Interesting. Maybe they felt like it was too good. Dire Safe Lane small camp box has been reduced. So I would have to imagine it's better when the camps are smaller because they're easier to deward and they're easier to stack. Don't quote me on that though. That one's weird. Outposts can no longer be stolen by the other team until they kill one of your tier 2s. What? Outposts now reveal enemies channeling it. Wasn't that always the case? I guess not. Wait, yes it did. Did it not? What? Outpost vision radius is now shown by holding Alt. Oh, that's really good, because honestly, I would hold Alt, and I'd want to see the outpost vision, like, oh, am I in it? Am I in True Sight? And I just didn't know, and I would never know. And so that's a great change, really love that. But the outpost can no longer be stolen by the other team until they kill one of your tier 2s, is weird. Okay, so each team has one at the beginning, right? And until you kill a tier 2, you can't switch it, which drastically changes the game. This is huge. It almost makes me feel like it makes the dead lane concept a little bit less true, where you want to go to the enemy's safe lane to farm. As a safe laner, you want to go to the off lane, towards like the 10-minute mark or so. The reason for that is you'll never really have the outpost until you kill a tier 2, which does put some emphasis on tier 2s. Like, this basically tells teams, hey guys, I know you were never killing tier 2s before because they literally had 8 million damage, multi-shot, way too much health, and were basically worth nothing, but now you actually have to kill them. So yeah, does this make Beastmaster and pushing heroes better? 100%. Being able to take over an outpost and deny that XP potentially? Because I'm not seeing any change there. You can deny that XP because you can take a tier 2, that's huge. So, pushing heroes, I guess Zoom meta's back, baby. Not that it ever left. All lane creeps now avoid hero aggro until they are near enemy creeps, neutrals, or within 1550 range of their tier 1 tower. This is active until, that's gotta be a typo, this active until the siege units spawn at 5 minutes. Okay, so what I'm understanding from this is a very, very strong concept. I'm gonna have to test this out, but this literally could be game breaking, guys. Like, this straight up could be game breaking, and I'm not kidding. If lane creeps don't aggro until they're near enemy creeps, oh, but it's also when they're within a range of the tier 1 tower. So what I was thinking is, if they don't aggro, then you can just hold heroes near their tower. The problem, or the reason why heroes would get gaps to, you know, get to the lane creeps if you're rezoning them off the wave, is because of creeps, right? But now if the creeps don't aggro, that's weird, you know? Like, you could play around that. You could just kind of trap people off the wave. But let's move on. Courier bounty reduced from 30. Okay, so they just reduced courier bounty. Courier flying upgrade level requirement reduced, so it's better for supports for sure. Courier movement speed is reduced by 15% while carrying consumables. Alright, I guess just don't carry consumables. Late game, make sure you don't have an extra shared tango under your courier. Armor formula is now not doing it. I don't know, go talk to Purge. Nope. Tier 1 towers attack speed increased, attack rate from 1 to 0.9, and the base attack speed is also up by 10. Okay, wow. Tier 1 towers damage reduced by 20. Oh, okay, so it's the same overall DPS. However, what I see from this is that even though it's the same overall DPS, it's still going to throw off your understanding of how to last hit under tower, right? This is going to totally throw off everyone's intuition on how to last hit under tower. So do I understand why they did this? Is it just to make people feel bad about themselves when last hitting under tower? I don't know, but it seems like it. Tier 2 towers attack speed increased from, okay, base attack speed. Okay, so it's the same overall DPS. It just seems like they attack more, which honestly, that's a weird change. You're just going to have to get used to it. It's going to affect how quickly they re-aggro as well and such, so interesting. Siege units' health increased by 60. That must be because they're impossible to last hit if they don't make this change. That's probably why they did that. Just so it wouldn't be impossible to last hit them. All pick drafting has been reworked. Each team now picks 2 heroes per round before they are revealed, rather than just 1. The final round is a single selection, so, okay. So, basically what they're doing is this is more like a captain's mode sort of draft, right? Instead of 1-1-1-1-1, it's 2-2-1-1. It's less counterpicking because you can't really counterpick each and every individual pick. Right? You see 2, you do your best to counterpick them, but you're gonna pick another 2. It's less individual counterpicking, it's more like overall broad counterpicking, which is cool. All pick hero ban count increased from 10 to 12. Okay, just more bans, sure. All pick first 2 rounds now 5 extra seconds for hero picking. Alright. Captain's mode ban count has been changed from 4-1-1 for the 3 ban phases to 2-3-2. What? 2-3-2? They've never had 2 bans in the last phase, as far as I'm concerned, for a long time. So 2 last phase bans, guess that just makes last pick much better, right? Because you can just set up for a really good last pick now by banning out 2 heroes. Weird, that seems to buff last pick to me. Captain's mode duration per pick and ban reduced. Okay, so you just have less time to pick. Captain's mode first phase is changed from, I'm not going to read this, you guys don't even care about that. Who plays Captain's mode? I watches these videos. Random draft hero pool reduced from 40 to 33. Jeez, that's nothing. 33 heroes. Holy. I mean, I love random draft, but no one in NA even plays it. Like, I heard in China, they actually only play random draft. You guys can let me know in the comment section if that's true. I think it's true. Where they like queue more random draft than all pick, which I wish was the case in NA. I love random draft. Fountain now has a Fury Swipes style attacking, increases damage by 3 for each hit. Okay, so just, I guess you really can't stay under tower. You can't, like, tank tower. This is good for anti-fountain camp. Neutral items nearby enemy range, drop restriction. Okay, so wow. If there's an enemy even relatively close to you, you're just never gonna get a neutral item, which seems like a big deal. Like, if you're mid, you could just, like, walk up to the camp that you think they're farming or, like, close, and they'll just never get an item. Neutral items will no longer drop if the nearby real hero source of kills is teleporting. Oh, okay, so, like, if you're playing Wraith King and you're TPing out, your skeletons can't get the neutral item while you're teleporting? That's weird. Neutral items no longer drop from Meepo clones if Meepo Prime is Why would they do that? Who thought that was a good idea? It's not like Meepo's good. Like, what? Meepo's doing so bad. Why did they need to do that? Like, my man is just trying his best to survive this meta, and then they're just like, yup, nah, your clones can't get neutral items if the Prime one's nearby. That seems like a good change that had to be put into the game. Oh yeah, for sure. Lifesteal amplification now stacks diminishingly rather than additively. Okay, so basically what this is saying is you can't get, like, lifesteal from Satanic, Mask of Madness, and Paladin Sword, and then just never die. It was like constant Satanic, so that was needed. So yeah, basically you can't just Giga stack HP regen. This makes people significantly less tanky. However, heal amplification now, oh no, that's just as bad. Spell life amplification, okay, wow, so they just killed healing in general, which is good. I think lifesteal was way too over the top. You could literally just frontline as an Ursa with some Satanic Paladin Sword and never die, so probably necessary. However, Necromonicon no longer provides Archer Aura, which is movement and attack speed of Necro units. Okay, movement and attack speed of Necro units increased with the same amount as the aura provided. Okay, so basically, heroes don't get it anymore, right? If I'm not mistaken, heroes don't get it. It's just the Necro units. Okay, so you don't get an aura in general, but the units are just straight up better. Right, they're just straight up better. Attack damage type changed from piercing to hero, and damage amount adjusted so that the net effect is 57% creep, 10% building, 26% versus heroes. So they're still really good against creeps, is what I'm reading. Mana regen reduced pretty significantly. Last will no longer deals damage through spell immunity. I actually didn't know it did. Okay. Huh. Weird. Is this a nerf? Yeah, of course. I think it definitely is. Just the pure fact that you don't get aura on your boys now, like your other units and things like that, makes it far worse on a hero like Lycan and Beastmaster for sure. Right? It definitely does. Makes it worse on those heroes. However, mana regen reduced from 3 to 4. Yeah, I mean, 3 to 2 is a big deal, so I definitely think this is a pretty big nerf. Do I think it makes Necro out of the question or out of the equation? I don't know. Frankly, I don't know if they nerfed Sage's Masks yet. I guess we'll have to see, but if they didn't and Sage's Masks are still the same, then I don't think Necro's that bad. It's still gonna let you flash farm, which is strong. Helm of the Dominator no longer provides a damage and regen aura. Dominate now also gives the creep a buff. Okay, so the creep you take over now has 40 more base damage, 12 HP regen, and 4 mana regen. Cooldown was from 60 to 45. Recipe is now a Helm of Iron Will, Crown, and a recipe. What? That sounds atrocious. That is passive bonuses are now 6 armor. Whoa, okay. Whoa. What the? Well, that means this item costs what? 2100. Oh, they're passive bonuses. It's not an aura. For a second, I was like, 6 armor, regen, and stats, and an aura. What is this, Venge passive maxed out? But that's not what it is. I don't know if I like this item. I mean, it's like a cool concept that you have this really strong creep that can split push for you, but I don't think it's good. I'm pretty sure this just is such an... I mean, obviously they were trying to nerf the Lycans and the Beastmasters and the Lunas and all these heroes that are buying Helmdom. That's very clear. So giving them a better creep is not nearly as good, considering they're trying to right-click, right? They want to do damage themselves. That's why Helm of the Dominator scaled well. It gives you damage aura for your entire team, which is, in my opinion, very strong for a very long time. And so yeah, I guess that's how they're nerfing it. Now, let's get into Vlad's. It's even more expensive now. It requires a Mask of Death. What is that? What's a Mask of Death? Is that the lifesteal? Am I forgetting? Is Mask of... the heck? What is Mask of Death? Is that a new item? Hello? Voodoo Mask? Mask of Death is just a lifesteal thing, right? I don't care. I don't care. I'm going back up. I'm sure it's just a lifesteal thing and I'm just going crazy. Now requires a Mask of Death, Blades of Attack, Ring of Bastion, and a 600 gold recipe. No longer provides armor aura. No longer provides stats. The aura was reduced. Vlad straight up. Okay, so it gives damage now. So basically what they're saying is Vlad's is now it's like a right-click item. This is like an item you can buy on some like offlaner to help buff up your carry or something like that. But yeah, it makes Vlad's good for just manning up as a right-click carry. That's about it. It definitely, this is a reasonable item to buy when you have a lot of right-clickers. Drums now requires a Crown, Sage's Mask, Windlace, and a gold recipe. That's really strong build-up. Windlace, Sage's Mask, Crown, like, those are all really good items to have early on in a recipe. No longer provides attack speed aura though, however provides 6 attributes mana regen, movement speed bonus. That's just passive though, right? Is there an active? Oh, active movement speed? There's no aura now though. Okay. However, the active attack speed bonus is insane. 45 attack speed is really huge. And 13% more movement speed. Alright, I mean, the build-up is good. It's cool. It's only 1475 as well. It's pretty cheap, so maybe. Buckler, just worse. Alright, I mean, sure. Now requires a buckler instead of a chainmail. Total cost remains the same. I guess that's better for supports. Now provides 3 armor aura. Self-armor reduced from 6 to 4. No longer provides 4 all stats. Okay, biggest nerf. No longer provides 4 all stats. But I would say the buckler buildup is good for supports, you know. That makes mech a little bit better for heroes like Chen. You can just get a buckler for the lane now. It's pretty strong, even though it is nerfed. Gordian Greaves now provides 3 armor aura. No longer provides 5 all stats. Self-armor reduced. Okay, so just less for your own hero, but better as an aura. Better for, like, just helping your team. No longer provides all stats on Crimson Guard. Cooldown is reduced. Alright. Blade Mail now is a 500 gold recipe instead of using Robe of the Magi. No longer grants 8 intelligence. Armor bonus increased to 7. Now has a passive component that returns 20% of the attack damage? What? Why did they give this thing a passive? I don't feel like that was needed. I mean, the main thing I'd say is that, yeah, them getting rid of the int hurts this item a lot. It was really good on heroes like Ember and such because it gave them int and then a lot of damage. But now, do I think Blade Mail's gonna... I think Blade Mail's gonna fall off. I do believe that people are gonna be underrating it a little bit too much, though. If you're against Gyros and Lunas and heroes that struggle against Blade Mail, still think it's legit. 7 armor, 28 damage is really not bad. And honestly, this passive is weird to me. It's like you just have Retaliate or something. And it's 20% of the attack damage dealt to you, which is kind of a lot for right clickers. So, alright. Blitz Knuckles. Oh, good. It's like the, we are the queen, get a queen. The Blitz Knuckles. New basic item. Push 1,000 gold provides 35. Like, that's cool. Does it build on anything? Oh. What the? Alright, I'll read that in a second. So it's just a straight up attack speed item. Kind of trash. I mean, 2 Gloves of Haste are, what, 900 gold for 40 attack speed? So, weird, to say the least. I don't know how they came up with this, but I guess we'll see. Monkey King Bar now requires Blitz Knuckles instead of... The Blitz Knuckles! Damage reduced, but more attack speed. So Monkey King Bar is going back towards the attack speed era. I actually think this is a buff to the item, because now you still have the 75% chance and attack speed. I think this makes Monkey King Bar a very scary item, giving it 25 more attack speed. It's pretty good. Oblivion Staff buff, which is a Orchid buff. However, Orchid mana regen nerfed down to 4, Intelligence down by 5. And however, the recipe cost... Oh wow, okay, Orchid is so much cheaper. The recipe cost is just down to 475. I think this is a really big Orchid buff, right? Because doesn't it also do more damage? Oh no, because the int went down. Alright, so they reduced the int to make the damage not as bad for certain heroes. But now, Orchid for int heroes is a 50 damage item, 30 attack speed, 4 mana regen, a silence, and that's about it. For only 3,400 gold, which is good. Like, this is good. The problem with Orchid is, like, how do you buy it, you know? Because it gives you no front line, it gets purged. Orchid is always such a weird item in Dota, but... Shadow Amulet, cost reduced from 1,400 to 1,000. That seems like a big buff. Oh, it doesn't give attack speed? What? It doesn't say that it doesn't give attack speed, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't give attack speed. Hello? Okay, so this item just makes you fade now, but they didn't say that it doesn't give you attack speed. That's so weird that they didn't do that. Now combines from Shadow Amulet, Blitz Knuckles, and Broadsword. Does less damage, more attack speed. Echo Saber Slow is now only applied by real heroes. That's just a Monkey King nerf. Rip Monkey King, I guess? Like, what? Okay. Like, who else does this affect besides Monkey King? Am I missing someone who, like, Rip Monkey King? Alright, was that hero even that good? I don't think so, but sure. Now requires an Echo Saber instead of an Ultimate Orb. Weird. I mean, I guess that makes it better for, like, Slark, kind of? It's like a Slark item, and it has the Echo Strike passive now? That's a really weird work. Now provides 40 damage, 35 attack speed, 12 strength, 10 intelligence, mana regen. Keeps other benefits. That's really expensive, though. 1,600 gold. Silver Edge is such a weird item. I mean... It's cool for heroes like Slark, though, that they get this now. You can, like, on Slark, you can buy these Blitz Knuckles, and you can buy, like, an Echo Saber, right? That seems, like, pretty decent. That seems pretty decent. Bracer, Strength, Intelligence, Agility, reduced, down to, okay, wow. Down to 522, that's huge. Now grants, oh, but it grants 3 damage and HP regen? Remember, though, HP regen stacks diminishingly now, just to keep that in mind. But okay, 3 damage and HP regen. Weird. Strength, Intelligence. Okay, so they're nerfing that on all items. However, it grants 1.5 armor and 5 attack speed. So they're just giving it armor because it always granted 5 attack speed. Thank you, Valve. But alright, and then Null Talisman. 0.6 mana regen and 3% spell amp. Mana regen? I like mana regen. Interesting. Because that's kind of a lot of mana regen. It's nothing crazy, but it's decent, you know? Yeah, it's some cool changes. I mean, I don't think this completely changes how Dota's gonna go. I think heroes that bought nulls will buy nulls, heroes that bought bracers will buy bracers, but alright, cool changes. Maybe more heroes will consider buying an early bracer for a bit of HP regen, but I don't know. Ring of Regen. Health regeneration reduced from 1.75 to 1.5. Cost reduced from... Okay, so they're nerfing these items. And then here's the big one. Sage's Mask from 1 to 0.6, which is huge. And it's 50 less gold, which is obviously not as good, right? That's a much bigger mana regen nerf than cost reduction. So weird though, because now you can still work one of these into your starting items, right? You can still have like now you could just buy a Sage's Mask and a Clarity, which isn't too bad. Obviously, the scale's a little bit worse, but alright. Honestly, I don't think Sage's Masks are that bad. I don't. I think you still could buy them for just mana regen. You could have like a Null Talisman, 2 Null Talismans, 2 Sage's Masks. Boom. Infinite mana regen. Ringer Protection, cost increased by 25. That kind of hurts some starting item builds. Ring of Bastia recipe cost increased from 200 to 250. Total price remains 425. Okay, so I guess it still gives 1.4. Yeah, that's pretty big now. Buying Bastia, I guess, is a little bit better. Kind of. It is more expensive to buy the recipe, so the build-up's a bit worse in that regard. But having the aura is better now because Sage's Masks have been nerfed. And then finally, Headdress. Oh, same thing. Okay, they just did the same thing to Headdress. Recipe reduced for Buckler. Okay, because they nerfed Ringer Protection, right? So Buckler's the same cost. However, they did nerf Buckler overall. Urn of the Shadows recipe and crossed. Total price remains... Oh, because it has a Ringer Protection. So Urn's just about the same. Ringer Protection is just... It's just slightly worse build-up now. Pipe of Insight, recipe cost increased. Oh, right, because they nerfed the Ring of Regen. So they're kind of just balancing things out. Unbroken speed reduction from 75 to 70. Total cost was actually reduced. What? Okay, so they reduced the cost by 50 on Tranquils, but they made them 5 movement speed less, which I probably would rather have the 5 movement speed. 5 movement speed can definitely matter, but am I gonna buy Tranquils? Absolutely. These things seem broken. I don't know, like, more heroes need to be buying Tranquils. I feel like this item is just ridiculous. 70 movement speed, running around, it's just so good. Kaya no longer provides 12% mana loss reduction, now it provides 24% mana regen amplification. What? So like, if I'm playing Storm now, I'm gonna go 4 Nulls into a Kaya, into a Sage's Mask. That's my build with Storm now. Here we go, guys. Mana regen amplification, like, that's weird. I mean, I guess it's probably better early on, if I had to guess. It's like a more well-rounded item now, I think. I can't imagine this makes Kaya good, though. I don't know, get Kaya out of my game. I'm sure this item's not even that good. Kaya, Yasha Kaya. Don't care, don't buy that item. Kaya Sanj, don't buy it. Don't care. Bloodstone no longer provides 12% mana loss reduction. Alright, because of the Kaya, sure. So it's like, that's kind of a Storm nerf. The Storm, like, can't zip as much, but he regens it faster? Sure. You know, who else buys Bloodstone? I don't even know. Like, who buys Bloodstone in Dota? Yashakaya, Spell Amp increased. Alright, making these items slightly better. Reasonable, because they're trash. Still don't think they're good enough. No longer provides Spell Lifesteal Amplification. Wow. Same for its upgrades. Wow, okay. Wow. Oh, Spell Lifesteal. Oh, who cares about Spell Lifesteal? Who's buying Sanj for Spell Lifesteal? Who cares? I guess it did help some heroes stay alive. You wouldn't really notice it as much, but it still does give lifesteal amp, so that's pretty good. Now provides... Oh, okay. Kaya. Interesting. Alright, so now Kaya gives 24% spell lifesteal amp, which is kind of a lot, but it's spell lifesteal amp. So you need spell lifesteal already, right, to make that work? Or am I missing something? Like, don't you need spell lifesteal to amplify spell lifesteal? Amplification? I don't know if I'm missing something or not, but that's just, I don't know, bizarre. Soul Booster now provides 10% magic resist. Okay, good. This item was trash. You would never want to build into it. But I guess Bloodstone does now too. It does? Cool. Octarine Core also does. I think that's cool. These items, in my opinion, were bought by basically no one. So it's a good buff to, like, a couple heroes that did, who were, frankly, unpopular. Voodoo Mask? Wow! New base items grants 12% spell lifesteal, 2.5% against creeps. Why did they do the art like this? This looks so cheesy. It's like that guy from, this is the guy from Crash Bandicoot, where he runs around and he's like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr." New base item grants 12% spell lifesteal, 2.5%. Okay, so this is like it's like lifesteal for... Oh, I see what they're doing. Oh, okay. That's why... Oh, very, very cute. So, like, you need the Voodoo Mask to make Kaya better, I think? It's some weird stuff. Do I think this is good? No. I think this item is pretty dang trash. Like, when you're playing a magical damage hero, you're not relying on spell lifesteal to stay alive, because you're going to be squishy most of the time anyway. So, like, this is okay for Storm, you know, but, like, most heroes that are int and buying these items are not going to be alive. Probably. Octarine Core, we... Oh, no longer provides bonus intelligence. I mean, alright. It's just really a spellcaster item now. It's not a right-click item at all. Veil of Discord, attributes reduced from 9 to 4. However, the recipe is 500 less. Cooldown has been increased. Spell amp was increased. Okay, so this item is just far cheaper now. However, it's just worse. But it's not that much worse. I really like Veil. It gives less stats now, but like you get a Ring of Bassi, which in my opinion is good now, right? Because of the Sage's Mask, quote-unquote nerf. Not that they're that much worse, but you get a Bassi, which I think you definitely can buy instead of 2 Sage's Masks, because it kind of gives like about the same mana regen now for the cost. And then a Crown, and then like you just amp magical damage by 18%. That's only 2 less than 20%, which in my opinion was a huge number as is. So I expect Veil to become pretty popular. I'm honestly surprised that more teams aren't buying it. It's just a weird item to fit into your build, that's all. It doesn't necessarily keep you alive, and it doesn't necessarily like let you farm faster, so it's always a weird item, you know. It was hard to buy over things like Helm Dominant Vlad, so I do think Veil will probably make it in eventually, especially with this buff. Holy Locket can now target allied units with the magic stick active. Alright, very cool, very cool. Let's just all run around with Holy Lockets and just like heal our High Ground Sieger. Soul Ring now requires 2 gauntlets, Ring of Protection, and a 350 gold recipe. Oh, so, okay, so it gives armor instead of HP regen, which is, I don't think that's a good thing, because having the HP regen from Soul Ring was good for the laning stage. In my opinion, it's a bit better than 2 armor. And on top of that, I think having the HP regen to allow you to use Soul Ring is better, so I think that's a nerf, to be honest. Hyperstone, bonus attack speed, okay. Assault Courier's got that buff. It doesn't give all stats, though, which is just a straight up nerf. Yes, this is once again nerfing the Zoo meta. Bloodthorn, attack speed increased from 85 to 90. Alright, Bloodthorn, once again a very underpurchased item. Battle Fury now requires Claymore instead of Mithril Hammer. Damage reduced by 60 to 55, mana regen. Does that mean it's cheaper though? I always forget the exact cost of like these items. I don't know. Like I don't know the exact cost. But Claymore is cheaper than Mithril Hammer, right? So I think it's slightly cheaper now, but it gives less mana regen and slightly less damage. I don't know, I think Battle Fury is about the same. If you bought it in the past, you'll buy it now. Damage reduced from 16 to 15. Okay, doesn't matter. Crystallis, damage reduced by 2, recipe cost reduced. Okay, so that makes this item much better again. Are people going to consider buying Crystallis again, now that the recipe's back down? I guess so, right? I guess so. Like, I don't see why not. When Blade Mail became popular, it became the replacement to Crystallis. As funny as that sounds, it literally became the Crystallis replacement. But now, Crystallis is getting buffed, because I don't think 2 damage is the end of the world. I'd trade 2 damage for 200 gold, I think. And Blade Mail has got a nerf, so I think we're going to see more Crystallis again, if I'm not mistaken. Cloak, reduced by 100. Wow, okay. So you can just buy this item casually more? That's fair. I like the idea of being able to buy Cloak casually. And then Hooded Defiance, recipe cost increased from 200 to 300. Total cost remains the same, which makes it a bit better build-up, I suppose. So I would say that's a buff to the item, you know, better build-up. Satanic now has a gold recipe. I think that's reasonable. The item is too cheap and too good. However, it has been nerfed overall. So, makes sense. I think this item needed a nerf. Meteor Hammer, cooldown reduced by 4, stun duration reduced by 0.25, making it a bit worse, but lower cooldown, so it's better for clearing waves, worse for setting up on people, I guess. The recipe now requires Perseverance, Crown, and a 200 gold recipe. What? Is this good? I feel like that's weird. I don't know if that's good. I think it's okay, you know, having a Crown and a Void Stone is good, so... Alright, Spirit Vessel no longer has a heal reduction aura, good. That was just ridiculous, you basically needed a vessel for that reason. Soul Release regen increased from 30 to 40. Soul Release DPS, so I guess this is its ability to shut down healing? When used on allies, it provides 40 regen. Oh, okay, it's regen to your teammates. Soul Release DPS, so it does more damage, it doesn't heal reduce, and it heals more. Also, enemy HP reduction increased from 35% to 45%. Okay, so this item is no longer nearly as good against the healing heroes. It is still good, but it lost its 20% aura in change for a 10% active, which is obviously not nearly as good. You're losing like 90% of regen reduction in terms of like the other 4 heroes it was affecting, so pretty big. I think that's a huge nerf to Vessel, to be honest. I think this is definitely a huge nerf, because this is more of an aggressive item, it's less of a defensive item. It getting healing is not bad, but it's not great. Freezing Aura now applies a 25% heal reduction in the area. Okay. That's a huge buff to Shivas. That is huge. However, recipe up by 100, but I think 100 gold for 25% heal reduction is insanely good. That is a big buff to Shivas. Really big. So now Shivas is just all of a sudden good against... It's just good late game. Like, it makes it much better late game when healing becomes a bigger part of the game. So, Yeah, I think third item, fourth item, Shiva is significantly more viable now. Dagon recipe now, Belt of Strength, Band of Veniskin, Robo to Magi, 1300 recipe. Now provides all stats. Okay, that's good. Wait, what? I mean, I guess that's good, you know? Like, I guess that's okay for Dagon. It's a much better build-up than Staff of Wizardry, so that's just a Dagon buff. Heart of Thresh no longer provides a regen or heal amp. Now provides passive 1% health regeneration. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. While out of combat provides health regen, so when you're out of combat, it's good. However, it lost strength and it got more expensive. I don't think that's good. I'm not a huge fan of Heart, and I don't think I am any. Still, heal reduction increased from 35% to 40%. That's big. Big. Just continuing to buff Scotty and his ability to reduce heal. On top of that, like, healing is just gonna crush this patch. Healing is just getting destroyed, which I think is good. The heal meta of just picking, like, sustain and heal heroes just couldn't kill anyone in certain parts of the game. Is just meh. So, yeah, less heals, anti-heal items from Shivas and Scotty now. Also, Quelling Blade reduced by 20 gold. Okay. Melee bonus damage reduced by 18 to 15. You still buy that. Range bonus damage. Okay. Basically, what they're trying to say is you can buy Quelling Blade on ranged heroes. It's okay. Do I think it's okay? I'm not a huge fan, I don't think, because, like, if I'm playing Drow, for instance, or Luna, I'm probably just going to buy a Slippers for about the same price and be able to actually turn it into an item for half the damage. I think, I don't know. This is like a buff for, like, Dusa for sure, you know, but I don't think you'll buy it. Don't quote me, though. It's a weird one. Lincoln Sphere, recipe cost reduced, just making Lincoln's better. Good, that item's trash. Needs a buff. Abyssal Blade, cast range reduced. Alright, makes sense. Heaven's Halberd, evasion reduced. Dragon Lance, more agility. Midas, XP multiplier increased. That's huge. Okay, big buff to Midas. Refresher Orb cooldown decreased, making Refresher Orb better. Ultimate Orb, better by 100 gold. Infused Raindrop, losing 0.1 mana regen. Nullifier projectile speed increased, so Nullifier just doesn't travel at the pace of a tortoise now. That's good for Nullifier. Aghanim's Blessing, recipe reduced. Okay, so you can share Aghanim's better. Aether Lens, recipe cost reduced, making Aether Lens slightly better for your little supports, so you can rush it on your line now. Very cool. Boots of Travel 2 reduces the cooldown from 40 to 30, so now you can TP even more. Do I think that that's good? Not really. I don't think that that's that good, frankly. Moving that fast is great, 130 movement speed, but I'd rather just have 2 TPs like in the past. Smoke of Deceit, cost reduced from 80 to 50. Okay, that's nice for supports. Sentry Wards replenish cooldown reduced. Okay, so you don't have to pay as much for smokes, but you can buy more sentries. And finally, Tome of the Knowledge cost reduced. Wow, Tome of the Knowledge cost reduced. So there's only one tome, but it only costs 75 gold, which is really affordable. So another buff to supports, more passive gold, which is big, more stack gold, and now these items are cheaper. Pretty good support patch, right? It's going to be easier to play and stay alive as support, easier to get items. Gloves of Haste moved from miscellaneous shop category to equipment with the other attack speed items. All right, sure. That's great. Mango Tree pickup range for mangoes is higher, so you pick them up from hills now, which is good. Now is a mini-map icon. Cool. No longer drops if another consumable item has dropped in the same tier. Oh, that's cool. So if you get Royal Jelly, you can't get a Mango Tree. Iron Talent, active reduced. Okay, that's not a big enough nerf to make it bad. Still pick up Iron Talent if you're a farming hero, please. Royal Jelly no longer drops if another... Okay, so basically you either get Mango Tree or Royal Jelly. That's about it. So just keep that in mind. Broom Handle, attack range increased from 35 to 50. Alright, I feel like Broom Handle was fine on melee heroes. I thought it was actually pretty good, but alright. Fated Brooch, movement speed from 25 to 20. Still should use it. Arcane Ring, a little bit less armor. Still should use it. Vampire Fangs, more night vision. Wow, that is really good on heroes like Slark and Luna. You just see for forever. Even like Batrider. Philosopher's Stone, damage reduction reduced. That doesn't matter, this item's still garbage. Essence Ring, cooldown increased from 25, still broken. Clumsy Net, cast range reduced by 650 to 600 and less stats. Alright, just like a 10% nerf all around, so it's worse. No longer drops if another consumable was in the tier. Okay, so you can't get Greater Fairy Fire and Repair Kit, right? So you can't get both of these, which, you know, these are good items, so makes sense. Spider Legs cooldown, okay, slight Spider Legs nerf. Enchanted Quiver, fixing it, granting a permanent 400 range for Tempest Double. Who knew that happened? Who even plays Arc Warden? Cooldown reduced from 6 to 5. Alright, slight buff there. Orb Destruction, less armor reduction, but the slow is more. So, alright, I would say it's about the same, in my opinion. I would say this item's still good. Mindbreaker, cooldown reduced from 20 to 15. Alright, slight buff. Titan Sliver, more base damage, but less status resist. So they're trying to nerf status resist a little bit there. Paladin Sword getting a little bit more damage. 1% less lifesteal, which is not too bad. And then healing amplifications reduced. So, is Paladin Sword still good? Absolutely, I would say it's nearly just as good. Princess Knife cooldown reduced from 12 to 10. Okay, I definitely felt like Princess Knife was a relatively underwhelming item. Honestly, for some reason, anytime I watch like a 3K, 4K match where I'm talking to you guys, like, why do you think Princess Knife is good? Just because it makes your attacks get there faster doesn't mean they do more damage. Like, you still cast the same amount of attacks. I feel like people think, oh, projectile speed is like attack speed. No, it's not. The only decent part about this item is like the Hex Strike, right? That part's pretty good. But the attack projectile speed is like mediocre at best. Flicker now has a minimum 200 range blink, okay, and max range is reduced. Alright. Illusionist Cape. Illusion's incoming damage increased. Good. Those things are broken. Is this item still good though? Yes, like, it's still really tanky. Havoc Hammer increased radius, impact base damage increased as well. Havoc Hammer buffed. Magic Lamp increase, the heal. So now if you drop down to 1 HP, you'll get put back up to 400. Pretty good. And finally, oh my god, you made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. I'd love to see you here. Thank you for joining me. I am so glad you guys can make it to this neck of the woods, to here, to the end of the video. Well, we got Pirate's Hat. No longer steals gold on kills. Cannot be activated to dig for bounty earners with a 100% success rate. Woo! Gotta love Valve. Just, you know, of course, you just yeet that one in at the end, you know? Just digging bounty earners on a 40-second cooldown. Now the strategy, you get to 60 minutes, pick up a Pirate Hat, and you just jungle for another 20 minutes and then flash farm with a Pirate Hat. Very cool. Very cool, Valve. I love this change, of course. But thank you guys for watching. If you were excited for this patch and this video, please click the like button and subscribe to help our channel grow. Obviously, once again, consider clicking the link down below, checking out the main GameLeap website. We post every single day there, literally sometimes twice a day as well. It's insane. We're going hard. We're trying to give you guys the best possible content. So if you guys could click the link in the description down below, I really would appreciate it. I really would. I would really appreciate it. That would be awesome. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope to provide you guys with more patch content coming up soon. Before you leave, just want to say a quick message. If you're trying to get better at Dota or you just enjoyed that video, I know this is pretty general and you're going to hear this quite a bit from me, but I recommend you sign up to GameLeap.com. Why? Because I put a lot of effort into the content over there, and generally the effort I do there is different from the content you're going to see here on YouTube. It is different. In fact, I usually go a lot more in depth on topics or into niche topics that help you get to the next level even faster, because on YouTube, I often have to keep it more mainstream. And that's even why I'm putting it at the end of this YouTube video. That's why this is at the end, because a lot of people just watch 5 minutes, they skip through just for like the dopamine spike. But if you are interested in actually getting better at Dota, I recommend you go to the description down below, get your discount right now by clicking the link, sign up, use the discount code that you're going to see there, and I hope to see you there right now. So click it, and yeah, thanks for watching.